Welcome to your Around the Peninsula. I'm Specialist Tyler Ferris. Communications across the peninsula are essential to the combined USFK and ROC mission. Senior Airman Christiana Scott joined Command Sergeant Major Mahoney to visit the signal soldiers that make communications possible.
They're definitely not easy.
It's Command Sergeant Major Mahoney's first time making the climb.
Just a short little walk up the mountain. It's only 600 steps or so, but who's counting?
But for soldiers of the 362nd Signal Company at Madison Microwave Site, it's their daily walk to work. Sergeant Major Mahoney toured Madison along with CP Tango to meet the soldiers that keep communications up and running for the peninsula.
There are groups of soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marine all across the peninsula in little tucked away places doing things for the benefit of the entire joint force here in Korea. And we forget about them until, for example, communications goes down, and then we wonder what's going on with the signaleers. So I think it's important that we recognize folks who don't otherwise often get a lot of recognition for a job well done.
The Signal Company enjoyed the opportunity to share their mission with Sergeant Major Mahoney.
I think a lot of times folks at that level don't have the real visibility. What you see on the map is very different from being on the ground, and so we're very pleased and happy that he took his time out to come and see what it is that we actually provide for the peninsula.
Senior Airman Christiana Scott, Korea.
Sergeant Major Mahoney says he learned a lot about communications and plans on revisiting the sites and soldiers soon. Camp Humphreys is home to a four-legged soldier with a special purpose. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jennifer Stye introduces us to a soldier's best friend.
Meet Ostep. He's 7 years old and has been a certified working dog for 6 years. He participates in training just like any other soldier.
We are taking a mission out to an area where we will land in a field, and I will egress from the bird, and we are going to search the area and make sure there's no explosives or anything that's going to harm our soldiers around us so that they can continue on with their mission.
There are benefits to having a dog out front.
Obviously, soldier protection. Another capability is we can control him with our nonverbal signals, and if there's a dog out there, people are less apt to say that, oh, he's just a military dog. That, you know, it kind of conceals us a little bit rather than just sending a soldier out there to check for explosives or something like that.
Even though OSTAP works for treats, his training may save the lives of his fellow soldiers. Air Force Staff Sergeant Jennifer Stye, Camp Humphreys, Korea.
The K-9 unit will split up when Sergeant Snodgrass PCSs, but OSTEP will continue to train when he's paired with a new handler. As budget restraints loom, the Disposition Service site at Gimcheon, Korea helps units alleviate spending. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer shows us how.
The Defense Logistics Agency, or DLA, has a stockyard in Area 4 that contains about 50,000 items, all for the picking.
Once every 2 weeks I go out there to see what they have. And if there's something value to our unit, we'll pick it up. We required a lot of equipment, from furniture, vehicles, container buildings, monitors. I've drawn roughly 30 computer systems.
Forbes got all that equipment at no cost to his unit. Disposition Services takes usable items from units that don't need them anymore and repurposes them for units that do.
Sergeant Forbes, in my time here, he's probably reutilized close to, if not over, $1 million worth of items from Disposition Services Korea.
The top two units that used the reutilization program at Gimcheon acquired $6.7 million worth of gear in 2011. Disposition Services used to be called the Defense Reutilization and Marketing Office, or DRMO. Army Sergeant Matt Waymeyer, Gimcheon, Korea.
The FBI and other government-related law enforcement agencies can also use DLA's services. Kunsan's 8th Security Forces are no strangers to training. Army Sergeant Jose Ramirez shows us how these airmen put their skills to the test.
The airmen of the 8th Security Forces on Kunsan Air Base take pride in their job. And to prove who's the top flight in the wing, they decided to put their skills to the test with a Defender's Challenge.
It's a competition to see how well we remember the training that we've been going over the past few months, which was ranging from basic squad movements, fire team movements, range cards, different radios, reprogramming, and also SABC and 9-line Medivacs.
Each team competed in groups of 4 through events like the modified Humvee push, a weapons assembly with ProMass donned, and an injured wingman carry. While the events may seem random, their purpose is to provide a realistic wartime feel for the participants.
Basically, out of this competition, I want them to recognize that the combat skills that these guys are going to need in wartime actually come through, and they need to focus on that and realize the basics count, especially in a stressful situation.
Even though these airmen are running through some very real and very tiring scenarios, they had the pride of their flight on their minds to help them push through the pain.
Oh, this is what security force is all about. We like to get down and show what we know and whatnot. And personally, I think it's a lot of fun to come out here and compete.
With the confidence of training under their belt and the experience of real-world exercises in their pocket, these airmen are more than ready to defend the base. Army Sergeant Jose Ramirez, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
6 teams participated in the Defenders Challenge, and the winners of the competition received a day off from work. Rock Army Support Group holds their Armed Forces Day sports competition every year to let Cattousas have fun and build strong bonds with each other. Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce shows how one Cattusa did just that.
Cattousas gathered at Lombardo Field on Yongsan for the Rock Armed Forces Day sports competition. The event consisted of 5 different team sports.
Today we had the finals of several sports competitions: soccer, basketball, softball, tug of war, and a relay run. This kind of event is a part of a team building activity for the upcoming Korean Armed Forces Day.
Kim is considered as a fast runner among his peers, but he trained harder for this year's competition.
For the past 2 weeks, I prepared myself for the relay by running and sprinting for short distances, about an hour every day. I felt lazy and tired in the beginning, but once I thought of myself as being a candidate for my unit, I pushed myself to be a best runner.
When Kim felt he had no energy left, he realized his teammates were behind him and cheering him on.
Although it was really hard pulling the rope to win the games, all the people from my unit cheer us up and cheer me up. I was very excited, and I didn't know how to describe this feeling, but it was really great.
Win or lose, Kim said they had a great time throughout the day and feel they all became one at the end.
I believe this kind of a sporting event is always good to have. It's a great opportunity for the Cattousas from all units together and build strong relationships from one another.
Army Sergeant Edwin Pierce, Yongsan, Korea.
Over 500 Cattousas participated in the event. The Area 1 2012 Operation Rising Star competition ended with one singer outshining all others. Army Sergeant Kelly Anderson introduces us to the winner of this year's competition at Camp Casey.
The top 10 singers from Area 1 are competing at the Camp Casey Gateway Club under a full moon during this year's Operation Rising Star final round for Area 1. The night was filled with energetic and well-rehearsed singers.
For me, Rising Star is like giving a chance to the people, like for the military. A lot of people in military have a lot of talent, especially like singing, and they give a chance to the people to sing, to rise.
And when the Army spouse and mother of 3 teenagers took the stage, she blew them all away with her song, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Well, here, judge for yourself. For this contestant, who's originally from the Philippines, it was a long road to get here.
This is my third time that I joined the Rising Star. First, when I was in Fort Campbell, I was like 3rd runner-up, and I joined last year. I did win. Finally, I made it. I never quit. I never okay, it's done. I'm good. No, I have goal. I have plans.
Since the age of 6, Maya has sung in competitions, but now she's on her way to be this year's Operation Rising Star. Army Sergeant Kelly Anderson, Camp Casey, Korea.
Thank you so much, thank you.
The next step for Maya is the Army-wide finals in San Antonio, Texas in December. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, October 11th. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.